Imagine this, you're having a conversation with a friend and you slowly start to feel uneasy. It's subtle at first, maybe a sense of confusion or frustration. By the end, you're on the defensive, agreeing to something you didn't mean to, and not even sure how it happened. Sound familiar? Unfortunately, these situations happen all the time. They might be with friends, family, co-workers, even people you just met. Manipulators are skilled at twisting situations, playing on your emotions and getting you to do what they want without you even realizing it. But here's the good news. You can learn to spot these tactics and protect yourself. Today, we'll break down the sneaky world of manipulation and arm you with the knowledge you need to fight back. Triangulation. The manipulator introduces a third person into the mix to undermine your self-confidence. They might compare you unfavorably to their ex, a coworker you admire, or even an idealized version of yourself. You used to be so much more fun. The aim is to create insecurity and a desire to compete for their approval. Don't fall into the comparison trap. Your worth is not determined by what anyone else does or thinks, and genuine relationships thrive on support, not competition. Gaslighting. This is the ultimate weapon against your sanity. The manipulator denies reality, twists your words, and makes you question your memories. They might insist something hurtful never happened. Claim you're overreacting when you're rightfully upset, or turn the whole situation around to accuse you of being irrational. It's a profoundly damaging form of control. The best defense is to trust your gut instinct, document conversations or incidents if possible, and seek external validation from trusted friends, family, or a therapist. Emotional blackmail. Manipulators know your weak spots and won't hesitate to exploit them. They play on your fears, guilt, or desire to be loved and accepted. Phrases like, "If you really cared about me, you would," "I guess I'm not important to you," or "You're just going to abandon me like everyone else," are calculated to override your judgment and make you act against your interests out of obligation. Remember, it's okay to set boundaries, say no, and prioritize your well-being. You are not responsible for managing someone else's emotions. False praise. Sudden, effusive, out-of-character compliments are a huge red flag, especially if they come before a request. Manipulators use false praise to butter you up, lower your defenses, and make it harder for you to say no later. It's nice to be acknowledged, but be cautious if someone who's usually reserved or even critical starts showering you with flattery. Don't be afraid to ask directly, "This is lovely, but I'm curious. Is there something you need from me?" Playing the victim. Everyone has hard times, but manipulators turn their misfortunes into a weapon designed to extract sympathy, resources, and undeserved special treatment. They often exaggerate their difficulties, chronically portray themselves as helpless, and imply that you're obligated to step in and save the day. While compassion is essential, recognize when someone is perpetually using their problems to avoid responsibility, guilt you into doing their work, or derail you from focusing on your own needs. Intentional silence. Sometimes the most hurtful things are the ones not said. The silent treatment is a childish yet powerful tactic designed to punish you, make you feel confused, or force you to chase them for reassurance. This deliberate withdrawal of communication leaves you feeling isolated and desperate for resolution. Please don't fall for their game. Refuse to beg for attention or overanalyze their silence. Use the time to refocus on yourself, and when they're ready to have a mature conversation, you can address the behavior. Minimizing your feelings. They trivialize your experiences, make your problems seem insignificant, and dismiss your emotional reactions by telling you to get over it. Don't be so sensitive, or it's not a big deal. They might do this to avoid taking responsibility for their actions, to make themselves look more rational in comparison, or simply because they lack the empathy to understand or validate your perspective. Remember, your feelings are valid, and you deserve to have them heard and respected. Projection. The manipulator accuses you of the very thing they are guilty of. They might blame you for being controlling when they're domineering, accuse you of cheating when they're unfaithful, or criticize you for being untrustworthy when they're keeping secrets. This tactic is a way to shift the focus, avoid accountability, and leave you feeling confused and destabilized. If someone constantly criticizes you for a specific flaw, take a step back and examine whether they might be projecting their shortcomings onto you. Sabotage. The manipulator actively undermines your efforts, subtly interferes with your plans, or tries to damage your reputation with others. The goal is to keep you insecure, off balance, and dependent on them for success or validation. Be alert for recurring patterns of things inexplicably going wrong, appointments mysteriously slipping their mind, crucial information being withheld, or rumors spreading that damage your credibility. While mistakes happen, if it feels intentional and designed to hold you back, it's crucial to address the situation or limit your interactions with this person. Hoovering. Named after the vacuum cleaner, this tactic describes when a manipulator tries to suck you back into their orbit after you've distanced yourself. Think of sudden apologies, grand gestures, promises of change, or declarations of how much they miss you. All of these are designed to override your reason and make you forget why you created space in the first place. Be wary of these attempts, primarily if the person hasn't actually addressed the underlying issues that led to the breakup conflict. False equivalence. The manipulator equates vastly different things to escape accountability or minimize their harmful behavior. For example, if you confront them about lying, they might counter with, "Well, you don't tell me everything either." Or if you express frustration over a broken promise, they might deflect with, "At least I didn't cheat on you." The goal is to muddy the waters and shift the focus away from the original issue. The pity play. This closely relates to playing the victim, but is slightly more nuanced. The manipulator may exaggerate their woes, emphasize how hard they're trying, often with minimal results, or imply that their life is endlessly unfair in order to extract an emotional response from you. The aim is to make you feel so sorry for them that you offer help and resources or overlook their harmful behavior. While empathy is essential, set clear boundaries if someone is constantly asking you to be their emotional caretaker without reciprocation. Conclusion. Manipulators rely on us not trusting ourselves. Take time to nurture your self-esteem, practice setting boundaries, and honor your emotions. The stronger your relationship with yourself, the more resistant you'll be to those who want to control or exploit you. You deserve to be treated with respect, kindness, and honesty. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding these tactics, you're already taking a huge step towards protecting yourself. If you've experienced manipulation, share your story in the comments. It might be the thing that helps someone else break free. Let's continue this conversation. What surprised you most about the tactics we discussed? And what's one way you'll start prioritizing your emotional well-being this week? Manipulators hate when we share knowledge and support each other. Hit that like button to take a stand. And if you're ready to break free from toxic relationships and build your inner strength, subscribe to the Stoic Prowess channel. Let's create a community that refuses to be controlled.